or their kids. These parents don't expect mature behavior from their children. They don't expect it. And they are often seen like friends than a parental figure. They don't expect that matured behavior. They just want those kids to remain like babies. That's why you see some men till date, when they grow up, they don't, in fact, they can't behave like matured men most times. That's those kind of men they call mommy's boy. Have you not heard of that? Yes, this is gotten from the permissive parenting. Mommy's boy, he can't take decisions without calling his mother, without calling his father. The parents must be involved in whatever decision he wants to take. Even if he's married, he must tell his mom especially about the steps he's about to take, or the steps he's to take or he's taking. Let the mom give her final judgment or final advice. That is the advice he's going to take. Yeah, those kind of child came from permissive parenting. Permissive parents are warm, responsive, and that's a good thing. Yes, when parents are warm and responsive, that's a very, very good thing. It's very good. Very, very good. Studies have shown that affectionate, responsive parenting promotes physiological development and protects children from toxic stress. They've proven that. Permissive parenting allows children to have more freedom and inspiring them to undertake new adventures with a greater sense of confidence and creativity. It allows them. Just be creative, be open, do things. When you make mistake, they correct you. But most people get it wrong when they allow it to escalate. When they give room, some permissive parents, they give that room, they overdo it. So the children tend to abuse it. Permissive parenting is quite good. In the Western world, this is the kind of style they are using. Permissive, that's the permissive parenting. That's the kind of style. They leave their children to live their life. They have minimum opinions on the children's well-being, the children's affairs. They don't want to really associate themselves with that. Now I'll be giving my guests few minutes to tell us how her own upbringing has been, because we talked about, I know she didn't really follow from beginning. We talked about the authoritarian parenting, which is those ones are the ones that give order and expect their children to carry it to the letter without negotiation, without objection, just carry it. That's the dictatorship parenting. Then we talked about the authoritative parenting. Those ones are the mild kind of parents, but still, they are still strict. They will give orders and they will expect the children to also dialogue. They give room for dialogue. Say your part. Tell me what you think about it. The children can give opinion, can make suggestion as regards the rules and regulations that are being given to them. Then we have the permissive parenting. This is the modern kind of parenting where children are allowed to do things the way they want to, without objection, believing that the parents believe that whatever decisions the children take, it's best for them also. So they give room for that. They give leverage. But some parents give too much leverage. That's why you see some children misbehave seriously. Most times the children even go as far as indulging in drugs because of this kind of parenting. They gave too much leverage to the kids and the kids abuse it. Of course, when you don't monitor children, you give them too much freedom. What do you expect? They must definitely abuse it. Now, how to correct a permissive parenting style? When you see that the style you are using is not proper, when you see that your kids are trying to abuse that privilege or that leverage you are giving to them, one thing you need to do first is to clear boundaries. Make it clear to them. Don't change your pattern. Just make the boundaries clear to them. Now, develop family rules that everyone will understand. Make them understand the rules. Why are you bringing this rule? My son, for instance, if I tell him something, he will definitely ask me why I'm telling him to do it. Yes, he will ask me, and I will take my time to explain to him. He's not wrong. Explain to them. They are kids. They want to know everything. They want to understand it. Whatever measures you're taking, explain it to them. That is not wrong. It's allowed. Explain it. Express your feelings to your children, and let them also in return express their feelings to you. It will go a long way. Now, thirdly, establish a routine. Establish a routine. And the last part is stay on track. Don't deviate, because if you do all these I just mentioned now, and you just relax saying that, oh, the family builder said I should do all this, and when I do it I will go and rest. No, when you do it, continue to track it. Ensure that they are on track. Everybody is on track. While you're using the permissive parenting, still ensure that everyone is on track. Don't leave anyone. Don't leave any stone unturned. Now, the uninvolved parenting, I will take this one, then I will allow my guests to give us few opinions before we open phone lines for both the viewers and the listeners to call in, because we are live on Facebook as I'm speaking right now. If you want to connect via Facebook, the handle to join the train is ITV Radio Abuja. That's the handle. If you want to connect via Facebook, you can join the train and just drop your message there. I will definitely read it and reply if there's need for that. Now, the uninvolved parenting, sometimes referred to as the neglectful parenting, that's the neglectful parenting, is a style of parenting which is known for its lack of responsiveness to the child's needs. They are indifferent and neglectful. The children raised in this parenting style are usually emotionally withdrawn, fearful, anxious, perform poorly in school. They are also at an increased risk of substance abuse. Yes, that's abuse using drugs. That's what I mean by substance abuse. And type of neglect. That's the type. If you're wondering what is this neglecting part I'm talking about, if you want to know a child that is involved in this kind of parenting, that's the uninvolved parenting, you will see that the child is physically neglected, medically neglected, educationally neglected, emotionally neglected. That's, they are just left there. Some parents are so busy, too busy to attend to their children. We have many of them who are victim of this. Many kids are victim of this. They don't see their parents in the morning. They don't see their parents at night. The parents come back so late at night while the kids are sleeping. The parents leave as early as possible before the kids even wake up from bed. The only time they might have to see their parents is maybe weekend. That's on Sunday, which is not proper. It's not it at all. Children with uninvolved parents are likely to struggle with self-esteem issues and also exhibit frequent behavioral problems and rank low in happiness. They rank low in, they are not happy. They are always sad. Have you not seen children that anytime you see them, they are always sad? They don't have a reason to be happy. Why would they be happy when they are seeing other kids relate with their parents and they don't even have such time with their parents? They are very sad, always sad. No joyful moment in them at all. Uninvolved children always blame the self exclusively. Okay, let me take that again, sorry. Uninvolved children always blame themselves. They always blame themselves exclusively. Sometimes if they do something wrong, they blame themselves. They will just go into their shell. They don't want to express themselves to anyone because of the trauma they've gone through during their growing up with their parents. They direct their anger inward. They always That's why sometimes you see them, those kind of kids, they are the ones that always talk about suicidal issues. They will tell you that they feel like committing suicide. These are the kind of kids. Psychologically, they are gone. They feel worthless. They feel like they are not in this world. Any little thing triggers them. Any little thing. They feel anger inward, or feel guilt or shame about their self. They feel numb, empty, or cut off from emotions. They are unable to manage or express themselves. They are easily overwhelmed and give up quickly. They have low self-esteem, very low self-esteem, very, very low self-esteem. Sometimes they don't even have friends. You will see them alone. They want to walk alone. They want to do things alone. You just see them alone. It's very bad. Now, if some persons will be asking me, oh ma, this and that, this is this circumstance is the thing that is making me to do this, to do that. Now, the causes, I want to just mention few causes of this. Some parents will put their blames on most of this. Now, one, most times it's due to mental disorder. It's due to mental disorder. Some parents are not okay. They need a psychologist. I said it earlier on that Nigeria don't promote that. I don't know why, but we feel that we are too strong. We are not fragile like the foreign countries, like the white. We are strong. We are black. So as we are black, our mind, our heart, everything is strong, strong, strong. It's not true. The brain, this brain, works in a different way. The brain don't understand if you are a black man or a white man. No, it doesn't. There's a capacity that this brain can carry, and if that capacity is overloaded or overworked, that is where you start having issues mentally. Now, some persons is even they got this problem during the days of growing up, because they didn't talk to a psychologist, because they didn't believe in all that. It deteriorates as they grow. Some parents are actually sick mentally. Honestly speaking, some parents are sick mentally. So you won't even know it until you meet a psychologist, before that person can dictate and tell you the fault. How a doctor can tell you that you're sick of this because you conducted a test, or through experiences, you tell them how you're feeling. They'll tell you, oh, okay, you are sick of this, or go and check this. That is how a psychologist also, because they are trained for that. Now, some parents will say because they unplanned the pregnancy, that the pregnancy is unplanned. They didn't plan for it, they just took in. Especially this one now is to those girls that are that have given birth outside wedlock. They'll tell you that it's unplanned. They didn't plan for it, they just took in, and then they just decided to take care of the kids, or take care of the children themselves. Now, some parents will tell you because they are passing through unemployment or overemployment. Some will tell you because they are not employed, that's why they can't take care of their kids. Some will tell you because they are overemployed, because they overwork themselves. Some parents will tell you because of domestic violence, that's why they are being molested. That's why they can't really focus on the children. And the most important one is, they will tell you, some parents, majority of the parents will tell you that this one is a very special one, is because of poverty. That's why they can't take care of their children. Now, I will be facing my guest today. Her name is Ruth Paul. That's her name. She's live in the studio with me. Now, I want to ask her how her parenting, how her growing up has been, what she thinks about her parents, which method did they actually use, which style did they use for her while growing up. Is it the permissive parenting? Is it the authoritarian parent, or the authoritative parenting style. Which style did your parents actually use?
Okay, hi guys. It's actually great to be on air today. How you all doing? I would definitely say growing up, I never had a permissive parenting.
Okay.
It was never. I mean, let's say in those days, our parents never believed in permissive. Who has the time to ask you what do you think? They tell you what you should do, and they expect you to do. I mean, there's a particular time you shouldn't go out. Growing up, if we come back from school, we go we go home, try to rush our work to go out and play with friends. I lived in I would rather say a rural community where you have neighbors. All your neighbors, the kids, they'll come out to play. We had what there was a place we called solid. Is it solid stone or solid rock? Yes. It was more of a like it had a rock. I don't know if that thing was built or maybe it was just like that. It was just there. So it was a platform where we could all come play. You see all the kids in the neighborhood, we all knew each other, like everybody's child. Let me tell you, even from we had a place where they call across, then we had a place where they call like a river that bounded those things. You see kids coming from all those places to play on solid rock, and you see kids coming also to play. There's another part we had that was Catholic church. You see kids playing in front of those places. Now my mom would not. My dad was more of the quiet one. My mom was more of the disciplinarian, because my dad would never touch you. The day he would beat you, he would kill you. That's the truth. No, that's the truth. My dad would never be. My dad would never touch you. My father would look at you. He would never touch you. My mom was more of the disciplinarian, because every small thing you do, she's like, "Oh, why did you do this?" She will flog you. She will beat you instantly. She corrects you instantly. My dad, the day he touches you, my dad doesn't beat, he punches, he fights, he boxes, because he was a boxer group. In his village. He was a boxer, so he was popular for that. So like, and if he touched you, he will kill you. That's the honest truth. The only I think it was once he beat my sister. Let me tell you, nobody.
Oh my God.
Nobody would offer. If my mom tells you she'll report you to my dad, you will prefer my mom to beat you. Yes. You'll be begging my mom, please beat me. Just beat me instantly. Just please, I beg you. So you would prefer to be beaten by my mom, because I witnessed once my dad beat my sister. Let me tell you, since that day, oh God, I used to think that my mom was the main one. My dad is quiet. But if that man touches you, just know you are God. Then you will be hospitalized for days.
You not solve it.
Oh
His
God.
hands, you use legs.
And then he doesn't beat you properly. He puts you on the floor and punches you. Like a bag. He punches you back. Then you see you have black eyes, swallow face. One mouth is like as if they put stone. So my dad doesn't beat. So it's more like that. Then if you go to play at Catholic church or you go to play at Solid Rock, and my mom is coming back, everybody knows my mom. She was a teacher, so everybody knew her in that area, and they loved her a lot. She was very playful. So this is it. When they see my mom, they start shouting, "Ruthie, your mother, they come." They start shouting. It's an announcement. They start repeating, like, when you're in a space where they call your name and it echoes. That's how they keep repeating it for you to hear. Wherever you are, you hear your mother, they come, then you have to run home. By the time you get home, you clean yourself like you didn't go to play, and you now sit down like a good child, because they will kill you if they hear. So one time, I think I went to my friend's place. Maybe it was a holiday. I still remember just telling my friend about this yesterday, because I saw her mom and we greeted. Her mom was not like, "How's your mom?" Because I went to my friend's house. I think it was a festive period, maybe a day to Easter or something. So I went there to just greet my friend, and it was across the road. So I took my time. I left my house, went to my friend's house, and I got there. We were playing, they had, I was the last child, so my sisters, most of them went to school, and then I'll be the only one at home, just there. So I had to like play with people. So I went to my friend's place and I stayed there. Do you know, I forgot the time because we were gisting, we were playing. I stayed there till 8 o'clock. When it was 8, and then I was like, oh, I needed to go home. Oh. I now opened the curtain. I saw the whole place was dark. I said, please, what's the time? They say 8 o'clock. I just sat down on the floor and started crying. My friend was not like, I think she had a more permissive kind of family, and because her mom, she was trained by only her mom. My dad died along the way, so it was just her mom. So her mom was more of a very quiet woman. She hardly talks. She hardly, if you do have something to say, she'll be crying. Why did you do the hair? So they were not like they were not used to this. They saw me crying. They were like, "Why are you crying?" I said, I will not go home. Let me tell your mother to adopt me. It's better I don't go home." They were not like, go home now. You tell your mom you were with us. I said, Sharon, I'll tell your mother I was with you. Whether they've never beaten you in your life, you will tell me. Then she was not like, the mother now came, was like, "Why are you crying?" I said, "I cannot go home." The mother said, "No, don't worry. Your mother will not beat you now. It's your friend's house you came to now. She knows Sharon." I said, "Ma, my mother does. If my mother let her know the person personally, she will kill you." The mother was like, "Oh, it's just you are taking it too far. Let's go." Do you know Sharon's mom? Sharon's elder sister, in fact, Sharon's whole family followed me home. They crossed the road, took me home. By the time we got home, my mom saw me. Whoa, prodigal child. So you have the guts to leave this house by so time and you're coming back by 8. Okay, come in. When we came in, I was just hiding behind Sharon's mom. Sharon's mom now greeted my mom. My mom was just happy. No, it's okay. There's nothing there. I will not touch her. Sharon's mom had to kneel down. In fact, all of Sharon's family knelt down. Everybody. Immediately the mom knelt down. The remaining kids knelt down. Me too, I knelt down. They begged my mom. My mom now said, is it because I don't need that? She now said, don't worry, it's not a problem. That was how they now left. My mom didn't beat me down. She was looking at me. Let me tell you, my mom still wanted to beat me. She did not just talk. The next day, I did not know what I did. I did something very minimal that was not worth beating. My mom beat me like she wanted to give me. It was the beating of yesterday. I would have preferred her to beat me yesterday, so it would have gone. But it was the beating of yesterday. So growing up was really amazing. Actually, it was wonderful. The kind of parenting I had was what has helped me to be the lady I am today. Honestly speaking, my mom taught me a whole lot.
That's the authoritarian parenting.
I would say the authoritarian parenting, because they didn't have the time to ask you, what do you want? My dad is even worse. If anything my mom has said, just do it, because he was more of a contractor. So he was always traveling to work. He will go build. He's an engineer, so he goes to different places. Goes to Delta, goes to
Lagos.
East, goes to Lagos. Goes to Kaduna. He goes to build houses, and then by the time he comes back, my mom was more of the front runner. She was the one in front. Then my dad was like, her backbone. So if you irritate her, she waits for my dad to come back and reports it to my dad. He kills you. So I would just say I grew up with, I wouldn't say a hostile environment. I wouldn't say it was hostile, but it was more of you didn't have a say. Even if you didn't want it, nobody cares. But I think those things matters. I think from stages, there are some age, there will be a particular age your kid is right now. You need to make decisions for those children.
Aside that, those period are back. This is jet age.
Exactly.
You can't use that pattern for kids
exactly now. Right now, because these kids are more civilized.
Yes.
They are more they are growing up to see different things right now. But then if you see a child telling the mom, I won't do it. Hey, are you kidding? You won't do what? Or your mom tells you, come. You tell her, I'm not coming. I don't feel like coming. You see kids right now tell you, Mom, keep quiet, or Mom, shut up.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, what? What? You tell your mother, shut up, and all those. So I mean, it was fun growing up. Authoritarian, what will I say? Method was what I grew up with, and yeah, it was amazing. Although sometimes, if you use that kind of method right now, you might lose your child.
Yes.
That's the truth. You might lose your child. I think you need to relate more with your kids these days. If you want to overbeat this child and say, this is what I want you to do, you must do it. At the end of the day, the slightest opportunity this child sees to go off, that's all, you lose that child. So these days, it's way better. I see the way my sister trains her kids. It's amazing, because most times you see her sitting to talk with her son, and when you tell the boy do this, and the boy will ask you, why do you want me to do it? It's not wrong. I don't see it as disrespect. I see it as you know, letting the child know why you want this child to do this, so that tomorrow they remember that, oh, this is why my mom said I shouldn't do this, or this is why my mom said I should do this. Not you telling the child don't do this and the child doesn't know why. The child is just, you know, unaware. It's just, and then tomorrow when a friend,
that's the militarian pattern.
exactly, when a friend breaks down, you know, why your mom is wrong, you know, that friend already broke it down. The mom never broke it down, or the dad never broke it down. So it's that friend he rather goes with. Okay,
Yes.
My mom was even wrong anyways. But if you break down the reason why you tell your kids do this or don't do this, no matter the influence that wants to come, they remember that, oh, this is why my mom says don't do this.
That's true.
That's the thing. This is why my mom said don't do this, or this is why my mom says do this. So I feel like this spirit, we should listen to our kids too, listen to them, and try not to be too hostile with these kids. They are not, it's not the, you know, the 90s, it's not the 80s. This is the, in fact, this is 2020 something. Yes. This is era. This is 20 times 2.
Yes.
You know, this is it's a jet stage. It's like, it's a new era. So if you're grooming a child in this current stage, I know I don't have a child right now, but I'm just saying, as for, you know, someone that was also a child growing up. I mean, if I was born in this age or this era, the way my parents trained me would have not worked. That's the truth. It would have not worked. Beating a child all the time doesn't really work. Except maybe your child is really stubborn and you feel like, okay,
even the stubbornness, beating the child when the child is stubborn wouldn't solve that stubbornness. Instead, it will even harden the child the more.
No, but I would say you can correct your child and beat your child and come back to say sorry. You know, beat with this hand and drag the child with the other hand, and come back and say, yes, and come back and say, oh, sorry, this is why I beat you. It's because of this. I don't like it. Please stop it. You get? I'm not saying don't beat your child. I will beat my child. If my child is too stubborn, I will beat the child. But then I won't beat the child to kill the child. I will beat the child to correct the child and
tell the child what he or she did to warrant that kind of beating.
Exactly.
So that the child doesn't go and do it again.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll be opening phone lines for listeners and viewers via Facebook to call in. The line to call is 09047671338. I will take it again. 09047671338. That is the number to call. Now, if you're calling, please turn down the volume of your radio set, and please try and be very brief so that we can receive as much call as we can. Yeah, I have a first caller in the studio. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good evening, sir. MUSA. All right, sir. Okay, go on. I can hear you, sir. Okay, Mr. Moses. What's your contribution, sir? Yes. Okay, that's the authoritarian parenting. Yes. Okay. Hope you're not using the authoritarian parenting. Oh, wow. That's good. Yes. That's good. Yes. Mm. Wow. Wow. Yes. Yes. Hmm. And love. And love. They will change. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Okay, the number to call is 09047671338. Please, you should stop calling my personal line. Call the official line. I will pick your call. I'm live in the studio. It's not possible for me to pick your call while I'm on air. Now, I said something yesterday. I said some ladies these days, they just want to be baby mamas. They are okay. They don't know the repercussion of doing that. They just feel they want to do it now. Let me just do it now. The outcome of it is what they don't know. Back then, I know of a very young girl. I don't know where her family are based. I don't know, because I didn't see that girl up to even 2 times. But I know that the girl moved into an apartment in one room that time in Pape here. Yes, in Pape. And the girl has 2 children, twin, a boy and a girl. Those children are not even up to, those children, if those children are too old, they are like 8 months. Okay, let me pick this call. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay. Mm, mm, mm. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, sir. I'm grateful. I appreciate you. Mr. Musa, making you smile always. Yeah, where are my community members? So come and start marking register. Why be very brief, because I have few more minutes in the studio. Now, as I was saying, this lady gave birth to twin. You know, when God wants to deal with someone, he gives you something that is bigger than you. Now, those twin, I don't think they are even up to 8 months. If they are, they might just be up to 8 months and not up to 9 months. Now, at first, I didn't even know they had kids until when I heard what she usually do. This lady will give those children sleeping drugs at night around 7, 8, and put them to sleep and lock them inside the room alone and go and prostitute.
Whoa.
Yes, well, I don't know if she has changed now, but as at that time, she was a prostitute. Now, when she goes, sometimes these children will wake up in the morning. She won't come back early. They will cry their eyes out. Now, the neighbor was the one that usually witnessed that. Now, when they called, I heard it very late. One day, someone told me that, this lady, have you noticed that the lady usually leave her children? I said, no. They say, what? Be watching her, madam. She used to leave the children and go and prostitute. Now, one day I noticed that she came back around 10 a.m. She was rushing. Those children had cried. They were even tired of crying. I now called her. I was asking her. I said, where are your family members? She said they are not here. I said, can't you take these children, if you want to continue with this business, can't you take these children to your loved one, maybe your sister or your parents, say that mom is late and she doesn't have anybody in Abuja. I said, okay, why can't you put these children up for adoption? She said she doesn't, that they are her children. I said, okay, where is the father? She doesn't know the father of the children. I talked to her that day, thinking that she would change. She continued until the landlady, it got to the landlady's attention. She gave the lady quick notice to leave her house, that she wouldn't want a situation where those children would be harmed in that house and police will come and lock up the vicinity. So that was how this lady just moved. I don't even know where she went to. I was even trying to draw her close to see how I can collect the children from her. But she doesn't want to give anybody the children. She will give them sleeping drugs. They will sleep from that night till she comes back the next morning. It's that bad.
What if the kids die?
That is the problem.
Because
and in the room, only bed. That's what she has. Only bed, small bed. She doesn't have anything aside that. Nothing aside that. Only bed.
It's madness.
Why would you want to bring children into this world and you know you are not ready to take care of those kids? That is what we are talking about. Now, this uninvolved parenting is a very bad method of parenting children. You are uninvolved. You don't want to know how they feel, their welfare, their health challenge. You don't want to know, you don't care. Some of them will tell you that they are working so hard to make the children comfortable. They give the children everything they want. That will not solve the problem. When you're not there tomorrow, what do you think those children will rely on? What do you think those children will hold on to? What do you think those children will see you as when you are not there tomorrow? Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Oh, my community. I was wondering now whether you people have gone on strike. My brother. Yes, life in Pape here. Gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. They will cry their eyes out. Of course, maybe sometimes if her client delay her and she doesn't come back early enough, the children will wake up. That is it. They will die, oh. In fact, are they even living this kind of condition in which she's putting them in? Is that life? That's not life. Because those kids will grow up, if they don't have mental issue, they will grow up so dull. How can you be giving kids sleeping drugs every day? Wow, I don't know what really happened. Oh, I lost that call. Yeah, the number to call in is 09047671338. Yeah, I have another caller in the studio. Hello, good evening. Hey, my community members, oh yeah, let's mark register. Fine, we bless God. How is yours?
Hello, good evening. Hi. No, doing great. How are you?
Yes, so from Karimo.
Hi, good to have you in.
Not be small nature of job. Yes, yes. Only bed. She doesn't have anything.
that you come to inside market and start selling stuff, like making a HTTP, now for you to come into position at the end of the day, there's not the right woman. But at the end of the day, when you lock all the children from 7 to 8 p.m., 10 a.m. coming back with the drugs,
Yes.
but if those children they sleep, they will based on hunger, but strike them dead or other people like that. God forbid.
Mm.
It
is well.
I pray that God will help us.
Amen.
Also, to keep it on Him, God will really help you because based on what we have seen about parents that are authoritative and say, just like me, I came back from a family that my father is an authoritative man. One day
Yes.
they have said it. I don't go by like it. When the whole community comes to me there and beg you, that is that said that it's going to do is come to pass. That is my nature of my father. That is the nature of my father. That war that he said, what is that is going to do will surely come to pass. And my father is the kind of person that what they want to eat. My father is a great farmer. He really farms very well. For 5 years, he uses it for farming. And somebody that is farming, he has labor, and he threw his phone as well, use the hand. Some people just clap you.
Oh my God. Oh. Kai. And that is his own way of understanding. That's his level. Yes. 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 That's true. That's true.
Now that's why you see those ones become a house, arrogant, and all this outfit on. I pray that the person like me, I cannot, like my daughter now, if I came home now with the little girl that let me say, little girl that's in my house, that's my wife as well. So whenever I come home, my daughter be 8 months now. My wife will dance, I will dance, the little girl will dance, we don't be dancing, be happy. So with those kind of a method of life, at least when that child is going to my dad used to do this, so my mom used to do this.
Yes.
So they will start dancing, I will be dancing, clapping, and happy. The little baby will be clapping, laughing, and happy. So when you start building all those kind of style and kind of way you are behaving to your house, it's a man how your children will be grown up. You will kind of person that be a nagging mother, always shouting at your baby, you don't even give her attention, give her a time or discuss anything with her. She will not enjoy anything like a parental understanding.
You're right.
I pray that I'm here now, just thank God the kind of woman be I am, and the kind of person that forget my own. First of all, it's my family. After God, my family is in heaven.
Yes.
It's not any other
Thing.
It's not my business.
Yes.
So I'll make sure that everybody is okay if I leave my home. And when I get home, I'll make sure that when I get to job, I'll call them and finish up for a guy. This is fine. But that's now call. Then if it's probably for that, my wife will take it to market and come and see it.
Wow.
So, what kind of relationship, parental relationship, really helps?
Yes, yes, it does.
And when they get to school, they'll tell you how my parents used to do this, my parents used to do that to their friends. And which we as a father will not allow our children to do. That cannot even teach them anything good.
That's true.
So, my sister, I pray that God will help us.
Amen.
God will help you in your family circle that you are a community member now.
Yes, so. Amen. Yes, so. Yes, so. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. And you too, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. Okay, the number to call in is 09047671338. That's the number to call. Yeah, I have another caller in the studio. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, go on, sir. Oh, thank you. So we have another community member. Thank you so much, sir.
and
Yes.
went out for your person. I want to say, how can that one come and say their mother? It's so
Yeah.
sad. And you know what made me believe is that because you as a media person, you just come on air and they lie.
I said it happens. This thing happened. Anybody living around Mashafa Road knows what I'm saying. This thing happened in Pape. Rented one room, only bed with two children. She will back one and carry one. If you see her going to buy food because she doesn't cook, she goes to buy mama put. When she comes back, you will see her back one and carry one at the front.
Then when
Yes, she's the only one. No visitor comes to that house. She's the only one.
well, how can you come and say their mother? So bad, honestly. I don't. Well, no, things are happening. Okay, no, just okay. We just managed to find out that okay, maybe there's some.
Of course. Those ones, this one is even, at least she's trying to cater for them. There are some of them last year we had a child, 6 months old, 3 months, no, it's not even up to 3 months, I think 2 months old child dumped in the refuge bin. A baby, newborn baby. She wrote a note of the name of the child and put in the shovel that she used in wrapping the child. Anybody that carry the child will see the name of the child. You can imagine that.
It's not bad. Things are happening, but I think God will help us.
Amen.
God will help us. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much.
Your program.
Thank you.
I remember now.
Oh yes, so please, you'll be marking register now. Thank you so much, sir. Have a lovely evening ahead. Yeah, I will take one more call. The number to call in. Yeah, oh, I have another caller. This is my last caller for today. Hello, good evening. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, first time. Oh, I've registered you already. Making you smile, that's it. That's the slogan. And I will understand it. Smile. Okay, sir. I've taken note of that name. Thank you so much, sir. No problem. I will be so glad. No problem. I'll be glad to have you in the studio. Mm. Yes. Mm. Yes. Mm. Mm. On the matter, yes. Mm. Mm-mm. Because there are some things that you will not see that they are seeing. So if you don't give them room to, mm, 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 yes. Yes. Mm, mm. You're right, sir. Different. Differently, yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Making you smile always. Thank you so much, sir. I said it before now that they have materials, they have books written how to parent children. There are CDs on YouTube. Don't just waste your data watching what is not necessary. Watch things that will add value to your life and your family. Okay, I'll be giving my guest just 1 minute to give us her last word for today.
Well, I think we've actually really discussed everything. The truth is, this is a different era. So everyone out there, every parent out there, I feel try to use the permissive parenting, I would say. But even if you're using the permissive parenting, you have to be involved, fully involved. Like, be involved in every single decision of your child, every single step of the way. And there's nothing wrong with you having one time, go out, maybe pick one day in a week and go out, have fun. You don't necessarily need to have so much money to do that. There are places you can go to Millennium Park, sit down, cook from your house, take it there, take the kids there, sit down, have fun time with your kids, listen to your kids. When they go to school, they come back, ask them how their day went, who did they talk to, did they make a new friend, know the names of their friends. Just get to be really, really involved in the life of your kids. This is, like we said, this is not the 80s, it's not the 90s. Those kind of, the way you were parented should not be the same way you should parent your kids. If you were parented in a good way, you can actually replicate that. But if you were parented with the military kind of style or the authoritarian kind of style where you don't have a say, well, I think you should have change that style of parenting. Parents with love, parents with, attention and all of that.
Thank you so much. I can take calls. This is the best we can take for this edition of the program, Family Circle. Yeah, we'll be coming back on Monday by 5 p.m. for another topic. So please keep a date with me. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursday, 5 p.m. is when we gather here to discuss on issues that affect our family. Don't forget, my name still remains Esther Usetin. For those of you having family issue, you can call me on 07036878937. I'll take it again, 07036878937. Thank you and God bless you.
We in your ears.